Financial aid is available to help with tuition, books, and sometimes even the rent.
I can afford to invest in myself and my future.
It's time to take the next big step. Classes can fill up quickly, so enroll today at icangotocollege.com.
At Ralph's, fresh groceries are our thing, so we check your delivery order for freshness at every step from farm to store and pick and pack every veggie in your free pickup order with care, because we treat your food the way we want ours to be treated. We're fresh every day, so stop anyway. Ralph's, fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
And now you'll find more ways to save on your favorites. When you download digital coupons, you can use up to 5 times in one transaction. Ralph's, fresh for everyone.
SoCal weather from KFI, partly cloudy today. As will range from the 70s at the beaches to right around 100 inland, where we could see a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee.
Rate subject to change without notice. Minimum loan amount requirement applied. 50% loan to value and 745 credit score. 50% apply. Subject to credit approval. NMLS 3290. Loans may arranged pursuant to California Finance Lenders Law License number 6036970. Equal housing lender.
Unbelievable. Home loan rates have dropped again at IntelliLoan. Today, IntelliLoan is offering a 1.875% rate APR with no points and no lender fees. Did you hear that? A 1.875%. Don't think you qualify? I bet you haven't called IntelliLoan. You don't have to have perfect credit to get this great home loan. So lock in this unbelievably low 1.875% fixed rate in APR with no points and no lender fees. So call IntelliLoan before the rates go up. Call them at 1-800-918-6200. That's 1-800-918-6200. And just go to IntelliLoan.com. IntelliLoan. Follow Smart.
Make it a summer to remember with Audible. It delivers everything you love listening to all in one app. Stream the newest hot releases, bestsellers, Audible originals, popular podcasts, and more. Start listening free with a 30-day trial at audible.com.
Have you been wanting to give your home or apartment a fresh new look? Perhaps try your Airbnb, or maybe you need help setting up your home office. Then come into Court Furniture Outlet today and discover why Court Furniture has been the secret destination for home makers, designers, and savvy business professionals for over 40 years. You'll save on everything you need to brighten up your home or make your workplace more comfortable. And at Court Furniture Outlet, everything is in stock and ready for immediate delivery. New upholstery in several styles and colors, including sleeper sectionals with storage only $4.99, conference tables and mesh back office chairs from $59, and bookcases for $49. Plus great deals on bedroom sets, mattresses, dining, and so much more. Let Court's friendly furniture consultants help you find everything you need to live and work in comfort and style. With locations in Glendale on Central, in Corona at the 91 and McKinley, and now Fountain Valley at Euclid and the 405. Or go to CourtFurnitureOutlet.com. That's CORTFurnitureOutlet.com.
American Vision Windows, SoCal's choice for energy-efficient windows and doors. AmericanVisionWindows.com.
KFI AM 640.
An iHeart radio station.
24-hour news. More stimulating talk.
Hey y'all, it's Dean Sharp. Today's Wake Up Call House Whisper segment is brought to you by Duffy Power. Go to DuffyPower.com and never suffer through another power outage again. DuffyPower.com, DuffyPower.com.
KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeart Radio app. You heard him there, the man of the hour, Dean Sharp. Home with Dean. You can follow him on social media at Home with Dean, or just listen to him tomorrow morning from 6 to 8 or 9 to 11 on Sunday, or how about do all three? Follow him and listen both days. Hi, Dean. Good morning.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, I'm saying all Dean all the time. Hey, so since I just gave your Twitter handle out, Tyler, I don't even know, a week and a half ago, we started talking about what Tyler's handle should be so people can, chat with him on Twitter. And he so far hasn't been able to come up with anything. Tyler, can you give people like a couple, what are your interests? What are the things you like?
So I love baseball.
Okay.
I'm a big Red Sox fan.
Okay.
I am
We'll
an unhealthy video gamer. So when I'm not here, that's usually what I'm doing.
Sure, your wife loves that.
She's a huge fan of me not spending time with her. Yeah, who isn't?
Yeah.
Who doesn't love that? Her husband. That's really that really encompasses what my hobbies are.
Okay. So, Dean, I'm asking you, I asked Nick earlier, help us come up with this, and I'm asking all the Wake Up Call listeners on Twitter, at JJLKFI, send me what suggestions you would have for Tyler's Twitter handle to be.
All right, so I just jotted down 3.
Okay.
Admittedly, I think only one of these is a winner.
Okay.
Tyler's last name is Whitman.
Yeah.
So, which is also happens to be, my favorite American poet, Walt Whitman. So this may be a little too personal to me, but my first choice, at Whitman, not Dean's favorite poet, but a really good guy. A little long. It's a little long.
It's wordy.
I admit.
Yeah,
it's
okay.
wordy. All right, a little shorter because Tyler is now, he's now overseeing, the most important zone of radio in Southern California, yes?
Yes.
Tyler, I'm the captain now. A little Captain Phillips vibe. At Tyler, I'm the captain now. But the one that I actually like the best because Tyler's got a great sense of humor. Very simple. At Tyler the Wit.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
A little play on his last name, little...
At Tyler the Wit.
Oh, I'm kind of into that one too. Okay, I'm putting that one down as my first favorite.
There you go.
Dean Sharp, how do we protect our projects? How do we make these go smoothly? Because I think a lot of times that we just go, I want my kitchen redone. And then boom, it's supposed to happen. And that's all that we that's all that we as the person who is envisioning the project, that's as far as we go.
Yeah, I have no idea. It's really hopeless.
Okay, his handle is not at Dean with the wit. At
No.
Dean with the knowledge.
So, this Sunday, our topic is how to help a project go smoothly. No matter what you're engaged in, there are some general ideas that if you step out and plan ahead in these ways, it's not a guarantee. That's why I actually said, we're not naming it how to make a project go smoothly, because you never know. You just never know. But, can you put some things in place that will help it go smoothly? Absolutely. And sometimes they make all the difference in the world. There's a number of different categories here. One of the things that I like to say right up front at the top of the list is, remember that your builder is not your designer and that you really should have a designer involved. One of the reasons why is, number one, what I preach all the time, design matters most. Number two, your builder wasn't trained as a designer. It's not a slight on builders in any way, shape, or form. I've been a builder for a very, very long time. It's just that when you're not trained in a specialty, you don't see things that way. There's this old phrase, when all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail.
Yes.
It's so true, okay? It's so true. So, builders have their specialties, and unfortunately, when they're getting asked for design advice, sometimes you get some good advice, but you're going to get very limited scope of advice, because it's just not their field. So, have a designer involved from the get-go. A designer can also step up with the next thing, and that is a designer can help be an advocate for you as the project rolls around. Most of our clients, in fact, I actually don't remember a client when they haven't had me on board to not general the project for them, but to shepherd it along, so that when they have issues with their builder or questions with their builder, or they're in a tight spot and having to kind of wrestle through an issue, they'll give me a call and say, hey, Dean, can you sit down and talk with us all? Why? Because I guard the design on behalf of the owner, and also I speak construction.
See,
and it's a very specific language.
Well, and I think the reason that I think that is huge is because you speak a language that we don't speak, but also when it comes to the budget, sometimes when say I'm trying to talk to a contractor and I say I want X for a countertop or something like that, and he just says, okay, great, this is how much it's going to cost, and it's over my budget, I don't really know where to go from there. So that's why I think it would be important to have a designer like you be able to step in and say, here are the variations that we could do that fit your budget, but also that fit what the contractor could do. And I, as just the layman, would not know how to navigate that.
Exactly. And those are the areas when, if you really trust your designer, they will help you along because they have no vested interest in you spending more or spending less. You've already paid them what they're going to receive in terms of their responsibilities, and so they can really stand in your corner. If it's not your designer, somebody else who speaks construction who will truly be an advocate for you in the process. Another thing... Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, how do you pick a contractor? Should you get a designer first and say, help me pick the contractor? Are you guys well-versed in who you work well with and who you trust? Like, can you also serve, once I bring you on my team, can you also serve as sort of my liaison for who we should bring in as part of the project as well going forward?
Well, I'm not going to say this to pat my own back, but I can. I specifically can because I come from both worlds. Most designers don't. Most designers don't come from the trade world. And so I don't know to what degree you're going to find help in actually selecting a contractor along the way from your designer. But taking the time and the responsibility yourself to take estimates, and this is something that kind of goes over the heads of a lot of people in terms of, well, I never thought of doing that. Even if you're planning on hiring a general contractor, as far as controlling the budget, what I encourage people to do is before you bring the general on, before you take a big bid from them, before they write you the turnkey contract, why not get multiple estimates from specialist contractors? In other words, you know you're going to have some plumbing, you know you're going to have some cabinet work, you know you have some finished carpentry. Take the time. Time is huge, and you have control of it. Take the time to get multiple estimates for each phase of that work, so that when you finally sit down with general contractors who are giving you an all-in bid, you can say, well, that's interesting. You've got a line item for plumbing here that's like $15,000. I've had it priced out 3 times by 3 separate plumbers, and they all came in around the $7,000 or $8,000 range. So can you tell me what the additional money is? You'll see eyes kind of wide open up, and you'll see some people get real with you.
Yeah, because they know now that you know what you're talking about. Dean, these are such good tips. I wish we had more time, but I know you'll be covering it this weekend, 6 to 8 tomorrow morning, 9 to 11 on Sunday. And I guess if people have questions before that, they could just hit you up on social media at Home with Dean.
Or at Tyler the Wit.
Yeah, or at Tyler the Wit. All right, if you don't like Dean's suggestion, as Chris Little would say, then trade up. In other words, if you've got something better, all right, bring it. At JJLKFI, I want your suggestions for Tyler. Dean, you are awesome. Sending you a hug.
Thanks, Jen. You too.
Thanks. See you later. All right, when we come back, we're going to talk Olympics with ABC's Jim Ryan. He is live in Tokyo, and lots to go over. We have had another athlete who's had to withdraw from the games because of COVID-19. We'll talk about the pool, and we'll hit the track for the first time. Right now, though, let's take a look at that drive, and Nick's got a problem on the 60.
As you make your way eastbound, it's going to be a busy one for you from about 7th as you make your way toward Hacienda Boulevard. Now, allegedly there was a crash on the eastbound side of the 60, a lot closer to Azusa Avenue, and it looks like that's been cleared from lanes, although it was so quick and in and out of lanes, really not sure exactly what went down for the drive. Westbound side of the 10, it's going to be busy for you right now to the Baldwin Park area from before Francis Tito. As you make your way back toward the 605, it's starting to heat up for your drive on the northbound side of the 5 out of Santa Fe Springs and Norwalk from before the 605. Heavy stretches of slowing for you, showing up kind of just like that as you make your way out beyond the 710 out of East LA and Commerce towards the 101 through the Boyle Heights area, and also starting to see some delays on the westbound side of the 105 through Linwood. So before Long Beach Boulevard, patchy delays continuing toward Crenshaw Boulevard. KFI, this guy helps get you there faster. I'm Nick Pagliocchini.
It's Colin Coward. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network, presented by Mercedes-AMG. At Mercedes-AMG, giving 110% isn't just possible, it's mandatory. They squeeze every last drop of performance out of every last coupe, sedan, roadster, and SUV. Visit MBUSA.com/AMG. Mercedes-AMG, driving performance.
It was a blockbuster day in L.A. The Dodgers are acquiring 3-time Cy Young winner Max Scherzer and All-Star Trey Turner from the Nationals. The Lakers made a big splash trading for former MVP Russell Westbrook. The Lake Show dealt away a trade package surrounding Kyle Kuzma. And the NBA draft is in the books with USC's 7-footer Evan Mobley going 3rd overall to the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm Steve Jordan.
This report is sponsored by Audible.
Make it a summer to remember with Audible. It delivers everything you love listening to all in one app. Stream the newest hot releases, bestsellers, Audible originals, popular podcasts, and more. Start listening free with a 30-day trial at audible.com. Hey, it's Dean. Before I leave today, ever since Duffy Power Services became a sponsor here at KFI, I've been getting a lot of questions about how home backup generators work. So here goes. Once Duffy evaluates your home, they hook you up with the perfect generator to meet all of its needs. Then, when the next power outage occurs, while everybody around you loses power, your generator automatically takes over and life continues uninterrupted. And when the power comes back on, the generator turns itself off. It's really just that easy. What's also easy is 0% interest financing, payments as low as $72 a month, which makes emergency power totally affordable. Now, as you know, the pandemic has everything in short supply right now, so don't wait. Call today, and Duffy will make sure your life, your comfort, your safety won't be interrupted during the next outage or any of the ones after that. Dial pound 250 on your cell and say Duffy Power. Pound 250 Duffy Power, or find Duffy on the web at duffypower.com. That's DUTHIE power.com.
Someone uses your toilet and it overflows. Can you imagine how embarrassing that is for your guests and for you? Hello, I'm John Okoyan, owner of Rooter Hero Plumbing. You're hosting a party, the water's on the floor, and your guest has to tell you that the toilet is backed up. And worst of all, you have to tell your guests that they can't use the bathroom. I shudder when I tell this story because it happened to me. Can you imagine? I own Rooter Hero Plumbing and my toilet overflowed. Talk about being humbled. Well, the truth is, it could happen to anyone. And the solution is to call 866-DRAIN-77. That's what I did, and our plumber was here within the hour. Not because I'm the owner, but that's just what we do. I'm so confident that you'll be satisfied with our services that I put my cell phone number on every business card. 866-DRAIN-77. That's 866-DRAIN-77.
Everybody needs a hero.
Yeah, 102-8886.
In 2007, Marine First Lieutenant Travis Manion was killed in Iraq after saving his wounded teammates. Travis's legacy lives on through the 5 words he spoke before leaving for his final deployment. If not me, then who? Words that today fuel the spirit of Travis Manion Foundation. Words that live in veterans, families of the fallen, and inspired civilians who go out of their way to find a way, who help others with the help of others, who bounce back after each setback, who make good on good intentions. Through Travis Manion Foundation, if not me, then who, are words that can live in you too. Show the world what your character is made of, because character is invisible until it's not. Find out how you can strengthen the character of your community alongside empowered veterans, families of the fallen, and inspired civilians at travismanion.org. That's travismanion.org.
Rick Edelman, award-winning radio host and founder of Edelman Financial Engines, takes questions on his radio show. Let's hear his advice on annuities.
Hey, Rick, I'm looking for a good investment. Should I consider a fixed annuity?
Well, fixed annuities aren't really investments. They're insurance products. You'll get a fixed rate of return from them, but it might not be enough to offset taxes and inflation. Most annuity contracts require you to keep the money there for 5 to 10 years. And if you're under age 59 and a half, any withdrawals are subject to a 10% IRS penalty. You should talk, therefore, to a fee-based financial advisor to see if an annuity is right for you, not someone who makes a living earning commissions selling annuities. You want a fiduciary who puts your best interests first.
If you're looking for a trusted partner who's got your back, talk to one of our experienced financial planners by calling 888-PLAN-RICK or visit rickedelman.com.
When it comes to protecting your business from fire, Bay Alarm brings the best. Like industry-leading fire detection systems, monitored 24/7. Bay Alarm puts the pro in fire protection. Now, more than ever, Bay Alarm. ACO 28 CCL 880138.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Live,
KFI,
local,
AM 640.
and iHeart radio station.
KFI everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Let's take you live to Tokyo. ABC's Jim Ryan. Jim, I feel like I need to play this. Just, this is it's my way of telling people, put your fingers in your ears if you don't want to hear this.
Warning.
Olympics spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Not that you are a spoiler, Jim, but, some people like to watch it at night, that's for sure. So I just want to make sure that we don't ruin it for them. Good morning from Tokyo. So give us some of the highlights.
I think probably a lot of the folks are still talking about Sunisa Lee and her winning the gold medal in the gymnastics all around. Yeah, of course, Simone Biles cleared a path for her to do that when she decided she would not compete in that event. We still don't know whether Simone is going to participate in the individual events coming up starting tomorrow and through the weekend. She says she still has a case of the twisties. And she released an Instagram video this morning explaining what that means. Her brain just isn't in sync with her body, and the consequences of competing, she says, could be dire. So she's still taking it day by day. BMX crash happened this morning. Connor Fields, an American, was taken off the course in a stretcher. He was expected to do very well. He won gold in Rio. His favored to win gold here. It's not going to happen. He's in the hospital right now. Women's 200-meter breaststroke. Tatiana Shoemaker of South Africa has the gold. Lily King got silver for the U.S. and Annie Laser took the bronze for the U.S. So 2 medals coming out of that one.
Okay, going back to Simone Biles really quickly, so when she drops out of these races, is there someone to take her spot, someone to compete in her spot, and if so, is that person kind of on I would think that it would be hard to be Simone Biles' understudy, if you will.
Well, sure, but at the same time, each of these women on the team has a different specialty. So while Simone might be great on vault or on the Orzel bar, the others might be doing just as well on the horse. And so so not necessarily. It doesn't have to be one person stepping in to take over for Simone. They can decide which one is the strongest in that particular event and then go from there. Women's vault comes up tomorrow. The uneven bars is tomorrow. The men's vault, the men's ring comes along, and the floor exercise will win as well. I said women before exercise, obviously that doesn't
Right, that's okay. We know what you meant. Okay, so when it comes to COVID-19 there, Japan apparently plans to extend its COVID-19 state of emergency. And I guess going forward, does this change anything for the athletes, or this is just then the status quo will remain the status quo?
Well, yeah, that affects the outside of the bubble. Here, inside the Olympic bubble, there's not much change there at all. But it is troubling to see that happening. 3,300 new COVID cases around Tokyo. That's a 180% increase since last Friday. Unfortunate that that's happening. There are now 255 positive COVID-19 cases at the Tokyo Olympics. That's an increase of 27. Now, of those cases, Jen, 2 of them are athletes. The rest are technical people, or coaching people, media people. They really aren't specific for privacy reasons. HIPAA kind of applies here, too.
Yeah, and I know that it was a South African golfer, Paularetta. She's the one who, I guess, yesterday was the one who followed her positive COVID-19 test, who said that she would have to withdraw. But, yeah, I mean, I would think that this runs a very... You're walking a fine line on this because of HIPAA. At the same time, people are going to know if you had to withdraw from the games or not because of COVID, because it's so publicized.
Yeah, all you have to do is kind of watch Twitter and see what's being said.
Right.
Even when the IOC was denying or refusing to say that Sam Kendricks had tested positive, well, Sam Kendricks' family was later tweeting that, yeah, he tested positive and he's out of the Olympics now. So, yeah, that's kind of been the case. You're right. It's learning it through the back door, but the information's the same.
All right. Jim, have fun. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens this weekend. And fingers crossed we just get some more gold for the U.S.
Yeah, 41 medals overall so far.
All right. We like it. Thank you, Jim. Have a great one.
See you there.
See ya. This is KFI and KOSTHD2 Los Angeles. Let's get a look at that drive this morning with Jeff Ball on the 405. Hi, Jeff.
You betcha. Good morning, Jen. Happy Friday. Boy, that's a fun report to listen to. I love those. The 405, boy, that'll get drivers' attention. Wonderful. Well across the San Fernando Valley. It's okay. We just took off out of Van Nuys Airport. But what we did here was made a big old U-turn, and we came back up towards the Newhall Pass. There is a problem on the North 5. I'm looking at it right now. Now, this is the North 5 before Roxford, which puts it just past the merge with the 5 and the 405, so a busy spot. And it is just that. It's actually, well, the second or third lane from the right. This is a kind of a confusing area because you get a lot of collector lanes. So let's just put it as one of the right lanes. Somebody's hurt there. Fire department's there with an engine there helping people out in CHP. It's slow from the merge. Now, it's not stop solid, but slow from the merge. About half a mile. After that, you'll be okay. Now, back to the southbound drive. Still in pretty good shape. We came up to 170 to get up here, and that was okay. And even the 101 now, in between the 405 and the Hollywood, all as well. A quick scan of the whole Los Angeles basin and most of Orange County looks fairly good. I don't see any really heavy problems right now. Maybe the North 5 getting a little slow around the 710 going up to East LA, but I think we're off to a pretty good start. Don't go away. Injured in an accident, visit superwomansuperlawyer.com. Jeff KFI in the sky.
I am one of thousands of women with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC,
which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body.
I am living in the moment and taking Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for postmenopausal women or for men with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy.
Be in your moment. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
I'm ready to get my COVID-19 vaccine, Mom.
Oh, really, baby? I want to be sure they're safe. I'm worried they were developed too quickly.
Hey, I'm way ahead of you. Doctors and pediatricians say it's safe and effective for kids 12 and up. The vaccine is based on technology that's like 20 years old. And there are clinical trials with kids just like me.
Okay. Since you're such an expert now, you can help make your appointment.
Visit myturn.ca.gov to schedule a vaccine appointment. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
SoCal weather from KFI, partly cloudy with highs, low to mid-70s at the coast, mid-80s for Metro LA and OC, mid-90s to the low 100s in the valleys in the IE, and there is a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. Then we'll be just mostly sunny and hot, though, for the rest of the weekend. We lead local. Live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom, I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee. This has been your wake-up call. Handle on the news with Wayne starts now.
Handle on the news.
The waves always been crazy.
Big creatures, dimensional rifts,
spontaneous harmony.
I don't care if Monday's blue, Tuesday's gray and Wednesday's blue. Thursday, I don't care about you. It's Friday, I'm in love.
You're okay, Thursday. He doesn't mean it that way. KFI Am 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Good morning. It's the Bill Handel Show. Bill is still out. As you may already know, he needs to have a replacement heart valve. And so he is pending that operation and recovery. We don't have an ETA exactly on how long that whole process, mostly the recovery part of it, will take. Good morning, Jennifer Jones-Lee.
Hello, Wayne. Happy Friday.
And to you, your shirt has a big O and then a paw and then a G and then mom. Is that what it says?
Yep.
And so the paw is supposed to be an M? Oh, no,
it's
D.
a dog.
It's a D.
Yes, D-O-G.
It's not an O, it's a D.
Paw.
That is a very tall and narrow D.
Well,
that is not, that I guarantee you, 7 out of 10 normal people would assume that that was an O.
Does that mean I'm an O, Mom?
Well, I thought it was trying to be OMG, like OMG, Mom.
Oh.
But it's dog mom.
Sure, I like OMG Mom, too.
Okay.
I have 4 dogs now. It is kind of OMG Mom all the time now.
Oh. Any cats in that house?
Yeah, Shelby. And she still runs the place.
Yeah.
It's great.
They're wired differently.
Yes.
And the dog, and it's not so much that the cat is so like powerful in their personality. It's that dogs are such followers.
Yes.
That's what it is. And cats are not followers.
No, she sits up on the top of the couch and looks down on him like, you people are just part of my kingdom.
Well, it's good to see you.
Nice to see you.
We have Tyler Whitman on the board.
Hey, good morning, Wayne.
We have Morgan Cook producing.
Howdy.
We have Alex Razzo, kind of your last day before 2 weeks of vacation. And she's already forgotten how to talk into a
Well,
microphone.
no, it's like I'm not supposed to like exist today. Do you know what I mean? So it's like she's drinking mimosas.
Okay. I'm sorry I will. It says on the board here, this can't be true, but sometimes producers will write what day it is, like National Macaroni Cheese Day or whatever, and it says on the board, National Follow Morgan on Instagram Day. That has to be fake news.
So you can Google it, or you can look it up on Instagram at Morgan.
I already Googled it, I binged it, I Alta Visted it,
And are you
and
following?
nothing came up.
Weird.
So, sorry.
Maybe refresh.
All right, I think that's enough tomfoolery. What does Tom ever do?
Apparently foolish things.
Why? You know what I mean? If I'm Tom, I think I'm calling libel lawyers over that phrase. Why is it tomfoolery? Are you telling me Chad never did anything foolish? Linda never once was silly? Come on. Tom's? I feel you. I like your shoes, and I feel your pain at that phrase. All right, now that really is enough tomfoolery. Let's do Handle on the News. Jennifer Jones-Lee and me, and your lead story is President Biden, as was expected, announced yesterday that civilian federal employees will have to either show proof of being vaccinated or submit to regular testing and social distancing and masks and restrictions on when and where and how they can travel. And he's trying to give them an incentive to get that vaccine. The military, I guess, is a separate thing. So he wants to, well, he told the Pentagon, you guys figure out how you're going to make the vaccine mandatory for the military. And that's where we are on that.
I think the military, until it has full FDA approval, will have trouble making it mandatory. However, I bet they are writing the policy as we speak and waiting for the day when that full FDA approval comes down to put it in place.
Yeah. Also, I don't think there's anything that would prevent them from requiring testing, regular testing
I don't think so. I
for
think you're
people
right.
who aren't vaccinated. So, I mean, it really is this thing of, fine, don't be I don't like all the use of the words mandates and stuff, because they're not really, these aren't vaccine mandates. Nobody is saying your only option to exist is to get the vaccine. What these are behavior modification policies. You can absolutely still choose not to have a vaccine. Here's what awaits you, though.
One thing that the president brought up yesterday that I think is going to be, no, I know it's already, because it's already controversial. He suggested incentivizing for local governments to incentivize people to get the shot by offering them $100 from the American Rescue Plan. If I was a business owner, I would be so